Rumors are that allegedly there may be more to the story of Drew's and LaToya's kiss. Is Drew trying to hide something? And was LaToya offered a secret peach to help expose Drew? Well, I have some new information that may answer all of those questions and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and it centers around rumors that allegedly there may be more to the story of Drew and LaToya's kiss. Is Drew trying to hide something? And was LaToya offered a secret peach to help expose Drew? Well, I have some new information that may answer all of those questions and more. And here it goes. Rumors are that allegedly Drew and LaToya had a steamy affair, which may be the reason why LaToya left the show. One source said, cast members of Real Housewives of Atlanta were surprised to hear about this new revelation regarding LaToya's exit from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Many of the ladies had heard or knew of the rumor regarding LaToya and Drew kissing. However, as more information came out, the ladies learned even more spicy details. The source continued, allegedly the kiss between Drew and LaToya was just the tip of the iceberg. Rumors are that the two were actually in a full-out relationship and that production may have caught on. Why? Well, allegedly, Drew and LaToya were both worried about their reputations, and LaToya decided to back away from the show to save them both the embarrassment of this rumor being made a mockery of for ratings. So, how close was this alleged affair to being exposed? Well, allegedly, things got very close to being exposed until LaToya ultimately was tipped off, allegedly by someone close to production, who told her production's plan to exploit this rumor about her and Drew having a close, unusual relationship. Between the two, the source says, allegedly Drew was the most nervous about this information leaking because she had the most to lose at the time. Between the possibility of losing Ralph and her storyline, Drew allegedly was in deep panic mode. Another source said Drew's storyline with Ralph was perfect. She can control that storyline and manipulate it for her advantage. Drew has always known that her and Ralph were not a good fit. However, she stuck it out for financial gain and for job security. Also, having an alleged affair with a woman goes against her traditional upbringing, so a rumor like this could really have done more damage to Drew's reputation, ended the source. Allegedly, it was this traditional upbringing that stopped Drew herself from exploiting this rumor for her advantage. For LaToya's part, she was very aware of how this Real Housewives of Atlanta story game is played. Sources say she has Kenya to thank. Allegedly, Kenya put LaToya on major game on how to be in control of your own narrative and how to use that control to your advantage. This may be the reason why LaToya decided not to return, even after producers offered her an alleged secret peach. Now, kinfolk, this is a lot of information that came across my desk, and I'm going to try to break it down in the way in which it was presented to me. So here it goes. First of all, I'm not surprised about this rumor coming out. And it just shows the lengths that either production or Drew and her team went to continue to make Drew a focal point on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, do I believe that Drew and LaToya had a secret relationship? No, not in the sense of girlfriend and girlfriend. I do think that Drew and LaToya were actually a lot more closer behind the scenes than people led on to until they want us to lead us on to believe. However, I don't think it was anything sexual in nature. But however, I think it may have been unusual for people behind the scenes to see how close that Drew and LaToya probably actually were. And it made it seem kind of weird or nefarious, as if they may have some type of close, unusual secret relationship going on. So that part I do believe. Was it sexual in nature? I don't. But however, it goes to show you that this information coming out now, as we're about to get ready to launch the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, it does go to show you how I believe Drew's PR team is working overtime to keep her in the forefront of our minds and to draw more attention to her this season coming up. And to be quite honest with you, Drew is really bringing a lot of the drama and a lot of the heat this season, and it has been shown that she's continued to do so in the off season. But however, it is one part of this rumor that I also do find very true, or could be true, about, you know, everyone talking about Drew and LaToya and this unusual secret relationship that involved them being closer than usual and also sharing a kiss. And the part of this rumor that I can actually see as being somewhat factual is this. You know, looking at everything, this rumor, when it came out, according to my sources, allegedly towards the end of not last season, but the season before, I could really see how Drew could have probably wanted to keep this rumor under wraps. Unlike my sources are saying, this is one rumor that Drew did not have the upper hand on. Because she could not exploit it to her advantage. I really do believe that she did have at the time a lot to lose, not because of the rumor, but because of all the other things that she was trying to build in her personal life, and as well as being fresh to reality TV. Ralph allegedly cheating on her with another woman was the standard for Real Housewives of Atlanta, or any housewife franchise brand. Your husband cheating, you're trying to cope with it. You're trying to figure out what you can do, what you can't do, and how to overcome it. So Drew sticking to that storyline really worked into her advantage. Also, towards the end of that season, we were pretty much wanting to see how was Drew and Ralph's relationship going to play out. So a story like this, or a rumor like this, would have been very hard to incorporate into her and Ralph's drama and their issues. Also, for someone like Drew, who was new to the franchise and who has not gained that established fan base, a rumor like her having a relationship with or an alleged relationship with a woman is not bad in hindsight. But I think she may have been fearful of maybe turning off some viewers from becoming, Team Drew. So with that being said, I do think Drew was a little strategic in how this alleged storyline was going to be developed, and probably why she wanted to steer clear of it. But if you are to believe this rumor, and it's all speculation at this point, and alleged information, I think Drew did have a good reason to keep it under wraps, if true. Now, there's another part of this rumor that I do find interesting about Drew progressing on throughout the season, and it's this. I do really feel like this information that has been like trickling out these past couple of weeks, it goes to show us that I think that Drew is finally ready to step into a major role with the franchise. I think Drew is really ready to tell her story, because I think it's way much more to Drew than she's letting on the Real Housewives of Atlanta show. And a wise person who is also a very good connoisseur of housewife information, Miss Tisa tells, she says that, these producers don't put you on these shows unless they feel like in your interview that there is something that they can exploit. Like there is something more about you that they can unveil or unravel throughout the course of several seasons. And so I think this information that's slowly trickling out about Drew and LaToya and the Prophet and Ralph and the divorce, I think it shows that there may be some more sides to Drew that we don't know yet, and that she may be actually ready to tell her story and show us those sides to her. I do believe, as I said earlier, that her and LaToya probably did have a closer relationship than they let on to believe, or let on us to want us to believe. And I do believe a lot of that, it has to do with the fact that they somewhat ran in the same circles. I do feel like Drew is very controlling of her narrative and pretty much kept it under wraps. And I think that was because, like we said, her and Ralph's storyline was pretty much solid. But I do feel like there is a part of me that says that Drew is really ready to tell her story in its entirety. And I think that we're going to be surprised at some of the things she may reveal to us. Which leads me to the next part of this rumor that I could actually see happening. And it's this. I can really see LaToya coming back to the franchise in the upcoming season, or making a surprise guest appearance. We do know that the ladies did film some more scenes, particularly Drew, after the fact that, it was revealed that her and Ralph were getting a divorce. So we could possibly see LaToya pop up, or at least her name mentioned in all of this. However, I do believe that LaToya is smart enough to realize how to make this new rumor work in her advantage. Now, sources say that she was offered a secret peach that last season to come back to the show because of all of the way things went down with her and Drew towards the end, and how this alleged affair or alleged close secret relationship was planned out behind the scenes. And I do think LaToya is smart enough to know how to make a narrative work in her favor, because she does have a lot of experience in that department. So with this whole rumor, I feel like LaToya probably didn't see a way, even though she's very wild and free-spirited. I don't think she saw a way to make this narrative work in her favor for her to return to the show. Now, if you are to believe that she was offered us a peach, someone would say, she has something to lose. This is reality TV. Make it work. But however, when you have individuals who are really, have a really hands-on approach to their branding, they do tend to make decisions that are best for them and their future branding viability. But kinfolk, I want to know what you guys believe. This is all speculation and alleged information, but if you believe that Drew and LaToya had a closer relationship than a lot of us knew about, and that producers were allegedly going to exploit that for ratings, do you think that Drew and LaToya should have leaned into that and LaToya should have come back to the franchise? Or if you don't believe any of that, then where do you think this new information and rumors are coming from in terms of LaToya and Drew kissing? Do you think it's something to get our attention to tune in for the upcoming season and get the girl's name back in front of our minds? Or do you think it's something more? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys over in the next one. Peace.